to get a special introductory offer or go to 60up.com.
This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner.
All right, great friends. This is Kaplan and Crew along with Grande and the Brown Man. We come to you from the 7 Mile Casino Studios, 7milecasino.com. We are broadcasting on the radio airwaves of 1090. We are on the stream of YouTube. You can catch us on all the different audio podcast platforms. And tonight we will be on television on Channel 4 San Diego, Channel 4 Santa Barbara. And if you're in Orange County or LA and you're a Cox or Spectrum subscriber, check us out on Channel 118. So we're just on to the airwaves, and Browner has already brought the heat today, because Browner essentially is accusing Tom Brady of pushing Bruce Arians out as Tampa Bay Buccaneers head coach. Earlier in the day, Arians had a press conference. Then his chosen successor, Todd Bowles, had a press conference. And Browner, I got to say that for all of your anger towards Brady, I actually had no expectation at all that you would be fired up about this. In fact, if anything, I would have thought, for all the talk that you've had over the last couple of years about black head coaches in the NFL and a lack of opportunities for qualified black assistant coaches, I would have thought you would have been psyched up today. Like, great job, Bruce Arians. You've hired a ton of minority candidates. You've brought women onto your coaching staff. You've become a Super Bowl champion coach. And you know what? You're ready to move into the front office. And the succession plan of Todd Bowles, that's something to be celebrated. But instead, you're furious today at Tom Brady. I don't know, man.
Yep.
Am I in the majority or am I in the minority? Do you think that most people feel the way Browner feels, that Tom Brady forced Bruce Arians out? Or do you think most people feel the way I feel, which is, yeah, Brady decided to come back and Arians is like, great, I got this team set up. I'm ready to hand off to Todd Bowles. I'm going to go take a front office position. Going to be a lot of fun. I don't have to coach this team. I don't have to work 18-hour days anymore. I mean, maybe I'm naive. I'm totally willing to acknowledge that perhaps I am, but I don't know where the venom and the anger is from you for Brady. And by the way, it's not just you. There's a lot of people that feel the way you feel.
Well, again, if you are looking at this from this perspective, he's done great things. He's an ally. I don't want him out of the position because he's in power to bring in more minority candidates. As candidates go out, Todd Bowles gets a job. Brian Leftwich gets a job. Who's going to replace them? Most more than likely, another minority. So now the wheel is churning for a winning team to get their assistants snatched up. And all his assistants just so happen to be African Americans. So now these guys in high-profile assistant positions start to get head coaching jobs all around the league. And that's just how you churn this out. He's an ally. I want more allies than I want. Not that I want more black head coaches, but you get more black head coaches by having more black head coach allies. And Bruce Arians was one of those.
Isn't Todd Bowles one? Like, you didn't lose one. He didn't hire a white guy.
Let me ask this. What I see, Mike Tomlin's assistants don't necessarily get head coaching. Tony Dungy's did. Lovie Smith's not necessarily as much because he didn't really hire that many black head coach assistant coaches. Not as many as one would have liked. But the black head coach necessarily doesn't churn out their assistants to get head coaching jobs. That's just from my perspective. I could be wrong, but from what I've seen, that's the way it looks to me. So if Bruce Arians holds that job another year, those two assistants, they get jobs.
Well, one just did. So they have to get jobs elsewhere? They can't have a job with the Buccaneers?
No. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that they can't step in and replace him. A job's a job. I'm happy for Todd Bowles. Todd Bowles deserved to have a job at another organization this offseason. So did Brian Leftwich, but he declined to take the Jaguars job for many reasons, which I don't blame him. So,
I guess I am calling you out. Like,
go ahead.
Who are the assistants that Bruce Arians went out and got? Which black assistants went out and got head coaching jobs under Bruce Arians?
This is what I'm saying.
Like, I don't know.
This is what I'm saying. Brian Leftwich got
I love how you call him Brian.
You gotta get his name right.
I
don't know how you
Brian.
know Bridget Moynihan, but you can't say Byron.
Right. You were able to come out from out of nowhere with the actress that Tom Brady had a child with out of wedlock and left her while she was pregnant.
like
And
15 years ago.
right. Bridget Moynihan. I never would have come up with that name in a million years.
Well, you're
But
welcome.
but his name is Byron Leftwich. Why will you not respect and put a little respect on his name and call the man Byron rather than Brian?
Listen, hey, Brad, don't do that. What you doing?
What do you mean, Brad?
What you
What do
doing?
mean, Brad?
What
What do you
doing?
mean, Brad?
What you doing?
Come on, Brad.
I'm giving him the ultimate respect. I'm trying to get him a head coaching job. You just trying to get his name right.
Dude, I mean, listen, you got an
Leftwich.
offensive coordinator and a
Mhm.
defensive coordinator who are
Mhm.
both African Americans on a staff that had a head coach who's a white guy. When the
Mhm.
white guy steps down and moves into the front office, his succession plan is this guy right here, Todd Bowles, he's the most qualified guy to be our head coach. And so, of the two black assistant coordinators who were on this staff, one has elevated to head coach, the other is offensive coordinator, and Tom Brady is his quarterback now. And next year, we'll probably be talking about Byron Leftwich as a potential head coaching candidate around the NFL. So I don't understand why you're so angry at Tom Brady and why you think that he forced Arians out. And even if that were the case, let's just say it is. Let's say you're
'Cause
right
it
and I'm
is.
wrong. Let's say you're right and I'm wrong. Wouldn't you be happy that when Arians leaves, he doesn't just show up with the next white guy. He shows up with a qualified African-American head coach. You should be happy about this.
Dude, Todd Bowles already hired not one, but two black guys to be his defensive coordinator. He hired a co-defensive coordinator. So
That's
your
two
point,
more jobs.
two more
Yep.
jobs, Browner.
Again.
You should be
Y'all
thanking
not-
Tom Brady for all these black hirings
See,
around the
service
NFL.
that
Here
he
we go.
did.
Here we go. Here we
Here we
go.
go.
Here we
Right,
go.
Tom
He's
Brady-
doing it. Here we
Tom
go.
Brady is the reason that
Mhm.
more qualified African Americans are coaches in the NFL right now. Thank you, Tom Brady.
Again, this goes just simply goes to my point. Okay,
Mhm.
Bruce Arians at the top of his game, Super Bowl, playoff, attempting to go to another Super Bowl. Those assistants from those teams, they get jobs. They get head coaching jobs. Look at the Rams. At one point, they were hiring anybody who even shook a Sean McVay's hand. So, from what I've seen, I
Mhm.
haven't seen the Steelers assistants literally NFL with jobs, even though he's been successful for more than a decade at the
But John,
organization.
you're
Browner,
saying that
Browner,
none
hold
of
on,
these
hold
guys
on.
are getting
Browner.
coaching jobs.
Browner, it
Byron
doesn't matter.
Byron
Browner,
Leftwich was up
Browner,
for jobs.
no black guys are getting jobs under anybody.
Right.
Like,
it's not
I don't know
not
what
Mike
you're talking
Tomlin's
about,
staff.
dude.
Right. Like let's just back up for one quick second. Let's just back
There's
up.
nobody getting head coaching jobs as a black guy. That's a problem. It doesn't matter who your head coach is.
Dude,
Like, I don't know, like where you're coming from with
Because
this,
y'all not
dude.
listening. Y'all not
Okay.
listening.
All right. I'm going to shut up. I'm going to listen, but I just want to remember one thing. At the end of this NFL season, weren't there like 6, 8, 9, something like that? Weren't there like a really large number of head coaching availability? There was a lot of jobs available. It
8,
was
if I remember correctly.
Okay. And of the 8 head coaching jobs that were filled, how many of them were filled by black guys prior to
2.
Todd Bowles?
2.
Okay, so who were because you lost Brian Flores in Miami,
Mm-hmm.
and then you'll have to refresh my memory as
So
to who.
Lovie Smith at the Houston Texans.
Okay, so Lovie Smith gets another chance as a head coach, and he's been a head coach for the Chicago Bears.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to remember where else. Maybe like the University of Illinois.
Yes, the University of Illinois, correct.
Right. So Lovie Smith gets a second.
And Tampa.
I don't think he was a head coach at Tampa, was he? I don't think so. No. I don't think Lovie Smith was a head coach at Tampa. No. The head coach in Tampa was oh gosh, he's the defensive coordinator of the Rams right now. He was in Atlanta prior to the Rams. He's the defensive coordinator of the Rams. I can't come up with his name. Bridget Moynihan.
Raheem Morris.
Raheem Morris. Thank you. Bridget Moynihan, Raheem Morris. It was close. Okay. So Raheem Morris was the head coach of the Buccaneers at one time. He has not yet gotten a chance to be a second-time head coach in the NFL. Lovie Smith, head coach of the Bears, now head coach of the Texans. Who was the second African-American head coach? Oh, that's right.
The half coach in Miami.
Mike Daniels.
Right. The white guy in Miami who says, look, you see my skin and I'm white, but I'm black because somebody, I don't remember his mother or his father, somebody is black, and he's got this family picture where half the people are white and half the people are black. And he's like, look, I'm black. Okay.
Hey, listen, when I'm telling y'all I'm right, man, y'all need to start listening, bro.
Okay,
Look
go
up
ahead.
Lovie Smith.
Okay,
Look
where
up
was
Lovie
he?
Smith, man.
Where was he the head coach in Tampa?
Yeah, look up
He
Lovie
was?
Smith.
What
man.
year was
I'm
he the
right.
head coach in Tampa?
Today, I'm
Yeah.
batting 1,000. Y'all need to lock up.
Okay.
Tighten up, fellas.
I don't
Tighten up.
remember. What year was Lovie Smith the head coach in Tampa?
2014, 2016.
So pre-Bruce Arians.
Tighten up, fellas. Keep up
Can't
today.
remember. Can't remember
Keep
that.
up today.
Can't remember.
Oh yeah, we missed the 2-14 season.
Oh man.
Mm-hmm. It's okay. That's why
Wow.
I'm here.
But okay, but what is
That's
you
why
said
I'm
we're
here.
not.
That's why I'm here. Go ahead.
I'll
I'm
take
listening.
I'll take that. I'll take that L. You said we're not
Yeah,
listening.
I'll take it too. I'll take it.
You
Mm-hmm. What
you
happened?
said we're not
By the way,
listening.
when you get one dub, look at the smile on his face. Like, oh my
No,
God,
don't
I'm
do-
finally
no, no,
right
got
about
one.
something.
I
I'm
got
actually
one.
finally right about something.
Listen, man.
I got
It ain't
something
about
right.
winning, baby. It's just about getting everything correct. Baby, it's just about we gotta be correct. Okay, we gotta be right. That's all. As a group. As a group. This is us thing. As a group.
Anybody who's just getting here, radio listeners, TV viewers, YouTubers who are just coming in, you're like, what the hell did I miss? Let me tell you what you missed.
A lot.
Yeah. The beginning of the show is very simple. Hey, it's Thursday. It's March 31st. It's Thursday afternoon. We're just getting going. How we doing today, guys? And Browner starts going off on Tom
Yeah.
Brady.
Because I muted my mic. I was speaking as I was changing the camera angle. This could have started completely different because I was going to say I'm doing great, Vegas F1, and then I was muted as I switched the cameras, and then
saved
Browner
us this whole
because
conversation.
it was quiet. Browner jumped in, and yeah, this I blame myself.
Yeah.
I blame
Yep.
myself. But yes,
I thought
Browner
he was
started yelling
asking a
about
real question. I thought he really wanted to know.
So Browner, look,
Mm-hmm.
the new head coach of the Miami Dolphins,
Tabo.
who's the Miami Dolphins, not the
Oh,
Buccaneers.
McDaniels.
The new head coach of the Dolphins. You say McDaniels. I don't even know if that's really his last name because I'd never heard of the guy when he was offensive coordinator of the 49ers. The new head coach of the Dolphins is the white-skinned brother, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And he got a job, and he comes from the Kyle Shanahan staff in San Francisco. So
Mm-hmm.
white head coach produces black assistant, becomes a head coach.
Mm-hmm.
Who was the other gentleman you mentioned? Oh, it was Lovie Smith.
Lovie Smith.
Okay, Lovie Smith. Houston's desperate. They
Yes.
needed. They were probably hoping that hiring another black head coach might have gotten Deshaun Watson to want to play for them again. It didn't. So Lovie Smith doesn't come from Mike Tomlin. Your argument is that black head coaches in the NFL are not producing additional black head coaches.
Yes.
And I think our argument is
no one is.
No one is. Not black coaches, not white coaches. Because if there were 8 head coaching vacancies in the NFL this past offseason, and one of them was a guy who's a retread, Lovie Smith, in a desperate organization, and the other is a guy whose father is black, but his skin is white, and you didn't even know that he was black until he showed you the family photo. You're saying that Mike Tomlin, as a successful black head coach, nobody's hiring his assistants.
Yes.
How many black assistant coaches are there on the staff of Pittsburgh? How many of them are coordinators? How many of them were up for head coaching vacancies? I mean, you're making all these points, but I don't have any information. You're just kind of throwing out opinions.
Are you saying that? I'm trying to understand. I really am.
Yeah, I know. I'm listening to you.
White head coaches, if they have a black assistant, because a white head coach has it, that they're more trustworthy. The coordinator is now more. People would rely on that more because he has a white head coach.
Yeah,
So
why
let
are
me
you?
take it
trying
back
to
to the
just
origin. I know. I'm gonna try to take it back to the origin. Okay. The reason why I'm upset that Bruce Arians was removed, because at this point in his career, Bruce Arians is at the top of his game, thanks to Tom Brady. Not arguing against that. And because he's now up here and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers up here, their staff has now been uplifted because the NFL is a copycat league. The championship team gets their assistants poached. Okay? Now, when Mike Tomlin was successful.
By the way, when you say that championship teams get their assistants poached, when Tampa Bay won the Super Bowl 2 years ago, how many assistants became head coaches?
None. Because they're still on the team.
Hold on. When the Kansas City Chiefs won the Super Bowl a couple years ago, how many of their assistants became head coaches?
I know of. One on 100% know
But
of.
I'm not sure he was on the staff when they won the Super Bowl. Was he?
Matt Nagy was on the staff.
Was not. When they won the Super Bowl?
He was on the staff.
How many years was he the coach of the Bears? How many years was he the coach of the Bears? 3, 4?
Too many.
He was only the coordinator at the Chiefs for like 4 or 6 weeks, and then he got the Bears job.
I'm looking it up.
All I'm saying is that the Chiefs won the Super Bowl. Eric Bieniemy didn't get a head coaching job. The Buccaneers won the Super Bowl. Byron Leftwich didn't get a head coaching job. You're saying that championship teams get their coaches poached? I would argue that that's not necessarily the truth. In fact, listen, let me ask you a question. Did the Green Bay Packers win the Super Bowl last year?
No.
Okay, and their offensive coordinator
Chiefs won
became
the Super Bowl in 2020, and Nagy was the head coach in 2018.
okay. There's an L for you and a dub for us. Okay, so look,
Okay.
so did the Packers win the Super Bowl last year? The answer is no. Did their
No.
offensive coordinator get a head coaching job? Yes, in Denver. Is he black? No, he's white. Okay,
Kevin O'Connell.
listen. So championship teams get their coaches poached.
Mhm.
The Rams finally won a Super Bowl. Kevin O'Connell got a head coaching job, but the year before the Rams didn't win the Super Bowl, and Brandon Staley got a head coaching job. And the years before that, the Rams didn't win Super Bowls, and their offensive coordinators were poached every year because Sean McVay became the hot guy. And so anybody, like you said, who shook Sean McVay's hands pretty much was being interviewed for head coaching jobs around the NFL. That is true. So Sean McVay has probably produced in the last 5 years, I'm going to guess 4 head coaches, and they're all white guys.
Bill Belichick has had almost all his assistants left and right post Super Bowls.
Okay, so you had Brian Flores, a black
The
man who
list is
got a
too
head
long
coaching
to
job.
go.
You had
The list is
Romeo
too long.
Cornell, who's a defensive coordinator, who's a black man who got a head coaching job. But the thing is that all those
Bill
Belichick,
O'Brien.
all those Belichick coaches, none of them were successful.
It's opportunities.
Mike Vrabel.
Opportunities. Who's that fat guy? The fat guy.
Charlie
with-
Weiss?
Yeah, him. He was terrible.
I think
Moynihan.
Browner, I just think I don't I get what you're saying. I just don't agree with it. I just think
That's okay.
that there's in my opinion,
Y'all
I
been
think
wrong
that
before today.
there's a head coach. The reputation of the head coach is what there's like a new hot guy every year. Right now it's Sean McVay. If you're in the Sean McVay tree, you get hired. That's the way it works. You got Taylor in Cincinnati, LaFleur, Staley,
Green Bay.
and now O'Connell. You got 4 guys
4 white
already.
guys.
That have
4 white
all
guys.
white guys. Bill Belichick, obviously, there's nobody more respected in the league as a head coach than Bill Belichick. Every one of
Probably
Bill
Andy
Belichick's
Reid.
assistants.
No, Andy
But
Reid's not in
Andy
the
Reid's
same
is
classification
not
as Bill
even close.
Belichick.
Well,
And
no
I
one
think-
is. No one
Right.
is. But if we're talking about highly
But
respected
his coaches,
Andy
but I'm
Reid is
talking about
definitely up there.
I'm talking about who has a coaching tree. There's not that many guys that have coaching trees. Belichick definitely has a large coaching tree.
Bill
McVay's
Parcells.
establishing a coaching tree. I'm talking right now.
Oh,
Right now in the NFL, right now. That's it.
Sean
There's
McVay.
no head. I know. I just said that. You got Belichick and McVay. That is it. Nobody else has multiple guys coming out of their staffs.
even
Nobody.
Andy Reid. Andy Reid is as well respected.
Eric Bieniemy can't buy a job right
Right.
now.
And by the way, who else from the Kansas City Chiefs coaching staff is being poached for a head coaching job?
Yeah. Nobody from Pete Carroll. Nobody from Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll's been the second longest tenured head coach in the league.
So when
There's
you say that nobody's coming and taking Mike Tomlin's coaches because he's a successful black coach, I just don't understand the argument
My argument continues to be the same.
that Tom Brady's a bad guy.
That because the fact that Tom Brady pushed out Bruce Arians at the top of his game, where his assistants can now be more visible than ever, because poaching does exist. It's a copycat league. His assistants are more than likely to get jobs.
Nobody
than they
hired
are
them.
not.
Nobody hired them this offseason.
He's been the head coach for 3 seasons.
Byron Leftwich basically had an agreement with the Jaguars and backed out of it,
Okay,
which is
all
his
right.
decision.
Okay, so
He
he's
was
still not a
also
head
in the
coach.
running for the Texans job and didn't want it, backed
Garbage
out
job.
of it.
What about Todd Bowles? Who was looking at Todd Bowles this past offseason?
That I'm unaware of.
A few people. He interviewed, but I don't know if that's a Rooney Rule,
Could be.
which is like, that's the world that we live in now. When a black guy gets an interview, it's why? Because he's deserving or because of the rule? There's a larger issue with the hiring thing. I think it's pretty unfair
I know, but all
to,
this,
to,
but
to Bruce Arians.
it all started
doesn't
with-
circle back to Bruce
it's
Arians.
not even Bruce Arians. It's Tom Brady. This all
Right.
started with Browner saying that Brady pushed Arians out of the job, to which I said, you should be happy that Todd Bowles is the successor, to which Browner said, I'm not. I'd rather have Arians coach the team, have the black offensive and black defensive coordinator, so that next year both of those guys can go get jobs when one of them already just got a head coaching job. And all of this is Tom Brady's fault. You should celebrate that Tom Brady got Todd Bowles this job. If
I'll
that's what,
pass on
because
that.
that's what you said. You said he forced Arians out. And by forcing Arians out, Bowles is in. You should be thanking Tom Brady.
No, I'll
The
pass
Brady
on that.
rule.
I'll pass on congratulating Tom Brady for getting a good man fired out of his position. I'll pass.
He didn't
on
get
that.
him fired.
No
He
thanks.
He got him promoted.
He
to
moved up to the
front
front office.
All right.
He gets to work
You know how
less
much-
and get
you know
paid
how much
more.
money the Bucks owe Bruce Arians?
No, I don't.
Lots.
How much? How much?
Lots.
How much?
Millions. Double-digit millions. They ain't just gonna cut that loose. Who they look dumb like the Saints?
I'm never gonna mute my mic again because
No, don't do it, 'cause look what it's done.
I put Brown on an island. Look, he
Yeah.
he was like, well, where should I start? Now he's dug himself into this hole.
They don't dug no hole. They don't dug no hole. I
Mariana-
believe this.
Mariana Trench. He just says like, oh, I said it. Now I got to keep going.
No,
build
I-
and build
y'all-
and build.
This way y'all got it wrong. I'm spitting facts. Just because y'all
Brown
can't
facts.
keep up,
You're-
don't blame
I don't
me.
know how
Right.
Rigby's gonna write down these past 2 segments for one Brown fact.
Right. Hey, real quick before we hit this break, I do want to give a shout out to our people from Mazda of Escondido, MazdaofEscondido.com. Yesterday, I was driving around in my son's CX-30. His is the CX-5. My daughters have the CX-30s. I love this car. It's to the point now where used cars are getting so much money that I feel like I could go sell the car, make a bunch of money, but then I'm like, what am I going to do? Maybe I'll go get that Mazda electric vehicle. Maybe that's the move. Mazda of Escondido, MazdaofEscondido.com. See Alan, he's the general manager. He's going to take extra good care of you. You tell him you're a great friend, and they're going to take really good care of you. Mazda of Escondido, MazdaofEscondido.com. We got a lot more to get to.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
1090 just got bigger and better. Please join us in welcoming SoCal's newest ESPN affiliate, the mightier 1090 ESPN Radio. NFL, MLB, NBA, live game, the best sports talk programming with the largest signal in all of California. The mightier 1090 ESPN Radio.
Rugby. It's America's fastest growing sport and the predecessor of American football, combining football's physicality, the free-flowing grace of soccer, the ball-handling skills of basketball, and the intensity of ice hockey. No pads, no helmets, all action. Rugby Wrap-Up and Major League Rugby every Thursday night at 9 p.m. on Your View.
Victor Howell here, host for the NCAA Tournament Special, Dance to the Dome. Each week during the tournament, we'll assemble a panel of regional experts that follow your local teams all the way to the Final Four at the Dome. Highlights, predictions, interviews, and more as we dance to the Dome on Your View.
Brought to you by Kearney Mesa Chevrolet. We're San Diego proud. Minutes from anywhere on Balboa Avenue.
Main streets are the heart of our communities, where we connect with our neighbors, support local businesses, and share new adventures. Main Street Living celebrates all of this, bringing you uplifting stories with guests from across the country and your community. Main Street Living covers what's important to you today, from our street to your street. Join Cheryl, Danielle, and Quincy for Main Street Living. Mondays at 9 on Your View.
So I became a dentist because I just love science and I love art. I have a music background, so I wanted to do something that I can use the hand dexterity that I've developed, through my musical training. We've had a practice in San Diego for 25 years. It's called the Super Dentist. For over 2 decades, I've had parents ask me the same questions on a daily basis. And so I decided to put all of this information in one place. I wrote a book. Title of it is If Your Mouth Could Talk. Because if your mouth could talk, it would tell you about the condition of your entire life. Right now, the oral care marketplace is a mess. And so we decided to launch a new company called Supermouth, which is a subscription model of oral care. And so we want to be proactively educating parents, providing the tools and the oral care products to make sure they can raise healthier, happier, more successful kids. The education piece is a key piece in our company, because if you're educated as a parent, you're going to do the right things. People can find my book, If Your Mouth Could Talk, themouthbook.com, and purchase the book there, and also get some special gifts to go along with the book.
You always want to live in the best home possible. And that's what really at the heart of what our business is all about. And for over 20 years now, we've been focused on helping people get to the right property. At Move Up San Diego, we have created systems that are duplicatable, because that creates the same results. Whether it's a trade-in option that we're doing a lot of right now, which allows people to be a cash buyer before they actually sell their home, or our moving concierge program, which actually helps you not just with the buying and selling of a property, but we help with the entire move. The best way to get a hold of Move Up San Diego is to either visit our website, moveupsandiego.com, or you can download our app called Move Up Homes, or you can call me direct on my cell phone at 858-204-7259.
Dominating the SoCal radio airwaves for over 20 years. Join Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner for Kaplan and Crew every Monday through Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. Only on the Mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk, and the Mightier1090.com.
Rugby. It's America's fastest growing sport and the predecessor of American football, combining football's physicality, the free-flowing grace of soccer, the ball-handling skills of basketball, and the intensity of ice hockey. No pads, no helmets, all action. Rugby Wrap-Up and Major League Rugby every Thursday night at 9 p.m. on Your View.
The 2022 San Diego Loyal season is here. Live on YourView and YourView.com. Watch the San Diego Loyal host the El Paso Locomotive FC Sunday, April 3rd at 2 p.m. Come join us at Torero Stadium and support the San Diego Loyal as they make their bid for the 2022 USL Championship. Tickets are available. San Diego Loyal versus the El Paso Locomotive FC, Sunday, April 3rd on YourView.
Victor Howell here, host for the NCAA Tournament Special Dance to the Dome. Each week during the tournament, we'll assemble a panel of regional experts that follow your local teams all the way to the Final Four at the Dome. Highlights, predictions, interviews, and more as we dance to the Dome on Your View.
Brought to you by AB Tax Law. Triumph over your serious tax problems with AB Tax Law. Here's Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout with Haley Stasiak.
Orange County Soccer Club's 2022 USL season is underway. OCSC is 1-1-1 on the season. They opened up the year with a 2-1 loss to the Colorado Springs Switchbacks. On March 19th, they got the win against Rio Grande Valley 2-1 behind a solid game from Sean Okoli. Okoli scored a brace in the match winner in what was a pretty wild game against the Toros. Last Saturday was a draw with New Mexico United. Milan Olaski scored a close-range header in stoppage time to earn the 1-1 draw. OCSC sits right in the middle of the pack in the Western Conference standings. The club has a break this week. We'll see if they can get back in the win column against San Antonio FC on April 9th in a rematch of the 2021 Western Conference Finals. That's your 60-second timeout. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew tonight.
Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout is presented by Your View.
I'm tax attorney Adam Brewer. If you have a serious tax problem with the IRS or state of California, then you don't need a tax relief company, you need a tax attorney. Call or visit my website to schedule your free tax evaluation.
Replacing missing teeth with the new small diameter or mini implants. With us, we have an expert on the topic, Dr. Joe Gillespie. Dr. Gillespie.
Hey, Randy.
Welcome to the program.
Great to see you again.
I'm tax attorney Adam Brewer. If you have a serious tax problem with the IRS or state of California, then you don't need a tax relief company, you need a tax attorney. Call or visit my website to schedule your free tax evaluation.
Welcome back. This is Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the Mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, John Browner, and Alex Padilla.
All right, great friends. This is Kaplan and Crew with Grande and the Brown Man from the 7 Mile Casino Studios, 7milecasino.com, just 7 minutes south of downtown San Diego. And today being Thursday, you're starting to put together those weekend plans, maybe Friday or Saturday night, could be Sunday afternoon. You know, you love a smoke-free environment where there's blackjack and poker on one side of the casino, Sammy's Restaurant and Bar on the other, and this beautiful, this view of the Bay of Chula Vista. You're going to have a great time. 7 Miles Casino and 7milecasino.com.
Y'all ever go
All
hang
right.
out in the Bay of Chula Vista? Like, you ever like park your car in that big parking lot they have and just walk up and down the harbor of Chula Vista?
I
I
have
think I've been
not,
there once.
It is
and that sounds
low
like great.
key, super nice. Like the view
Really?
you get of downtown from the south,
Mhm.
and there's nobody ever there. I mean, there's people there, but it's very empty. The parking is free. I did that a while ago. During COVID, we would go down there because there would be nobody there.
Mhm.
It is legit an underappreciated. And I saw like a Chicano rap video being filmed, which bunch of lowriders and stuff. I was
Mhm.
like, this is.
Yeah.
I felt like I was in Oxnard, man.
It's funny you say that because the first time I went to 7 Mile Casino, I got off the freeway and it was like the casino is straight ahead, but if you turn right, that's the bay.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked at it and I went, I've never been here before. Like, this is
Yeah.
beautiful. This is spectacular. Now,
There's
if
a
I
bunch of
kept
like
heading south,
there's a huge lot for like big yachts and stuff that are outside the
uh-huh,
water that get
uh-huh,
cleaned and stuff.
uh-huh.
It's really cool, man.
You know, as I head further down, as I head south on the 805 down to Palm Avenue, which I think is the last exit before you hit the border, that's where my girlfriend's folks live. And they live like right off the freeway. And
Yeah.
it's weird
I think
because
it's like the
I
second to
thought,
last. The outlets one is the last one.
yeah, because
Yeah.
I thought they lived in Chula Vista, but they don't. They actually live in San Diego. There's this weird little
Curve.
thing where you're kind of heading down, you're in Chula Vista, but then all of a sudden it's San Diego. And out of the back of their house, you can see that whole Chula Vista Bay and then downtown and the Coronado
Mhm.
Bridge. It, for someone who lives in North County and who has been north of the 52 my entire 20 plus years of living in San Diego, it is an underappreciated San Diego County asset, the Bay of Chula Vista.
Mhm.
So check it out. Check it out this weekend. Okay, so listen, let me move into some other things here because if you're just getting with us, we all started with the Tom Brady, Bruce Arians, Todd Bowles situation, and we've had a very lively debate about did Tom Brady push Arians out, and even if he did, shouldn't that make those that are pushing for minority candidates happy? You know, I know for me, I think Todd Bowles could be, he could maybe lead a team to a Super Bowl this year. And so I'm happy for a guy like Todd Bowles. And I look at this very innocently like Brady decided to come back. Arians set the team up. Arians chose his successor. Arians is moving upstairs. Browner, obviously, we have a whole disagreement about that. But do you guys realize today being Thursday, the Will Smith Chris Rock slap from Sunday night at the Academy Awards? Usually things like this, they happen, they go viral, and the news cycle flushes them 24 to 48 hours, and we're on with our lives. But this Will Smith Chris Rock thing,
I would love to be that.
be the what?
Move on with my life.
Oh,
I would love that.
Yeah, no, the
I
world
would
is
love the news cycle to flush this out.
dude, but the world is still talking about this every
Yeah.
day.
Did
and
you hear what
more
Harry Potter
articles-
said?
Harry Potter?
Yeah, Daniel Radcliffe, the
No.
actor.
No, tell me.
He was asked about it. He was like, "Hey," because every celebrity's getting asked about it. We played
Yes.
Jim Carrey yesterday. Every
Mhm.
celebrity's gonna get asked about it. And Harry Potter said, "Yeah, I saw it, and I'm already so over it that I don't want to provide another opinion about it." And he just moved on. And I was like, "Thank you, Harry. Appreciate that." Did not, because everyone has an opinion about it. Everyone.
I know. I was working yesterday up in LA at ESPN, and Sedano's off, and Clinton Yates was on. Who's you guys know Clinton Yates from
Mhm.
Around the Horn,
I like him.
and I like him too. And I heard him before I got on the air with the guys before me, Mason and Ireland, and he was talking about how Chris Rock has this long history of disrespecting black women. And I'm like, okay, forget it. I'm not having this conversation today.
False as well. False as well.
I'm not going to do this to myself. Like 50-year-old white guy arguing a 40-year-old black guy
That's
who's
when you
taking
call
the
me.
Will Smith side, and I'm going to take the Chris Rock side, and all of a sudden I'm going to look like a dick because now I don't know anything about the history of Chris Rock disrespecting black women. I don't know anything about it. But you see, those who think that what Will Smith did was just fine, that he snapped and he was defending his wife, those are the same folks that you just there's no argument here. There's no debate. You can't even have the conversation because 50-year-old white guy thinks Chris Rock was totally entitled to make a joke. 40-year-old black guy says, no, he's got a history of disrespecting black women. Guess what? Now I'm the bad guy. Okay. So forget it. Can't even have the conversation.
Also, for someone to say that Chris Rock has a history of disrespecting black women would also be completely neglecting the fact that he made one of the more pivotal films, documentaries for black women in a documentary called Good Hair, where Chris Rock goes through the hair industry, explaining why it's so pivotal to black women, explaining why it is so important to black women within that industry, and how they're not a part of an industry in which they commit more than $1 billion to a year. And Yates just conveniently left that out. Like
it's
that's
gone
what
to
I'm
the point.
saying.
Well, it's not it's not Yates. It's others
general,
as well.
yes.
I mean, I've read a lot of one in particular. I won't even say the name, but I did read a black columnist who went on this rant about how Chris Rock has this habit of disrespecting African American women, and so what Will Smith was doing was bigger than just slapping Chris Rock for Jada Pinkett.
That's what Will Smith was thinking about when he slapped Chris Rock.
Right.
Exactly.
Decades of the disrespect. There's also articles resurfacing about Chris Rock revealing that he has a learning disorder that is very similar to Asperger's, and now people are like, defending Chris Rock just because of that. Now, like that's how we're just gonna dig up medical history on everybody, and now you can't make fun if you have this. You can't make fun of that. You know what I'm saying? It's just gone to the point where it's like enough.
But Chris Rock yesterday, well, there's a few things that happened yesterday which perpetuates this story, right? The first one is this.
Blake Snell being on my team?
Blake Snell being on the team of This Is All Fake?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Blake Snell also smokes weed and plays video games all day when he's not
throwing
baseball. So.
Shout out. Shout out is right.
What does that mean, bro?
Yeah, does that make him a bad guy? Yeah.
You can get the job.
Does that prevent me from having an opinion on this, Browner?
No.
Are you gonna Jim Carrey me now?
It just shows y'all think alike.
Yeah.
Well, there was a story yesterday afternoon that the Academy Awards, they went to Will Smith. This is the way the story was presented, and I'm paraphrasing it. So if there's details that need to be filled in, feel free. There's this story that surfaces yesterday that after the slap, the Academy Awards, whoever the representative is, they asked Will Smith to leave. They said, "Hey, Will, can't have you walk on stage from your front row seat and slap somebody. And by the way, then sit back down in your front row seat," which, by the way, I love all the videos that have surfaced from just like a few feet behind Will Smith. And you realize how front row he was.
And how much Jada's laughing through the whole thing.
Oh, dude, when Chris Rock said what he said, Will's laughing, Jada's offended a little bit. But then when Will sits back down and Chris says he just slapped the you-know-what out of me, she's hysterical laughing.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't like so offended, like, I'm out of here. How dare he make jokes about my hair and my alopecia issue, and I'm offended, I'm embarrassed, and I'm out of here. She can get up and walk out. She's sitting there. She's still laughing. She's part of the show. He is sitting so front row, and the video like right behind him. Keep my wife's name out your effing mouth, for a guy who never curses. He was willing to disrupt an entire award show to scream at Chris Rock in that way. Who the hell is Will Smith?
Can I play it?
Oh, please.
Here is an angle most people have not seen. Look at Jada's reaction.
Wow, dude. It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
I'm going to, okay?
I love that part so much.
Greatest night in the history of television.
Dude, isn't it weird that Jada never once looked over at Will? Like,
Right, never
thank
touched him
you,
and right,
or
yeah, or
what'd you
calm down.
do, or calm down.
Yeah.
Never once. It is so fake. God, it is so fake.
Dude, God, I honestly, like, the more I hear Will Smith say, "Keep my wife's name out your effing mouth," like, I'm not allowed to say your wife's name. She's super famous. She's
Is
been in
she?
a million movies. Yeah, she's pretty famous.
Yeah.
She's not Bridget Moynihan, but
Super
she's pretty
famous.
famous. You know?
She's about as
You know?
famous as Bridget Moynihan. Bridget
All
Moynihan's
right.
had more work than her.
Listen, I'm gonna
Oh,
tell you right
man.
now. I'm 52 years old. Will Smith, I think, is 53 or 54. I will kick his freaking ass. Seriously, like
Slow down.
I'm still
Who?
mad. I'm
Who?
still mad
Slow
at him.
down.
I'll
Slow
kick
down.
his freaking ass. Yeah,
Slow down.
me.
Stop.
Me.
Stop. Come on now.
What do you mean stop?
Come on
What
now.
do you mean stop?
Come on.
Come on now.
Come on,
Let's
man.
let's
We
move
all
on
saw
to the
what
next
happened.
sports
Like,
story.
Sean Merriman and him are
Stop it.
of similar size, dude. You're not doing
Dude,
anything.
Sean Merriman is a monster. Will Smith is 6'3", 175 pounds.
Will
230.
Smith is like
No.
230 pounds, dude.
Yes.
He's not 230.
Come on, guy.
Come, dude.
Hey, you know what? Listen, I'll tell you what.
170 pounds.
I'll tell you right now. I'll
I'm
tell you right
more
now.
than that.
I'll tell you right now. I'll take my chances. Put it that way. And it wasn't even just the slap. It was the way he spoke to. Keep my wife's name out
Right.
your
Listen,
effing mouth. Well,
listen.
I can't say her name. I have to check with you first.
Listen,
I
man.
take my chances, Browner.
I'm with you up until the point you say you can take them. I can't get on. I can't
What did I
get on
just
that
say?
bus with
What did
you.
you say? I said I'll take my chances.
I'm still saying you probably shouldn't do that either.
Okay, really? Because Will Smith, he's
No,
a
you should
real
take it.
bad man.
You should 100%
it
take
ain't-
your chances. 100%.
Why not?
If Will Smith disrespects you like he disrespected Chris Rock, you 100% take your chance. As
Take
a
my
man,
chances.
as a human
Yeah.
being,
I'll take my
as
shot.
a human being, you got to do something. That's what I'm saying. Chris Rock's cool if it was real.
Browner, if Will Smith disrespected you like that, you think you could handle him with the mink mink?
Let me explain something to you about me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep my money straight. On stage, I'm gonna hold my cue. But once we go to commercial, I'm slapping him. I might slap her too, and I don't even hit women.
You can't.
I'm
What does she have? What do you?
gonna slap
leave her alone.
I'm gonna slap her because he slapped me because of her.
Don't slap her.
No.
Listen,
Give her a kiss on the head. Give her a kiss on her bald head.
You got us taken
Listen.
down YouTube for threatening women violence.
I didn't
Yeah.
threaten no women. This is hypothetical. This ain't even a real thing. I'm just telling you.
Did
Because
you
you
guys?
ask me a question, I'm answering the question. That man come up on stage, slap me. I'm gonna keep my money secure because I'm gonna sue the academy for not having enough security to keep this man from running on stage. Y'all have now endangered my health. I need $100 million for y'all because y'all done embarrassed me across the globe. Now the next following day, I'm gonna file another lawsuit against Will Smith for defamation of character. $300
How do you
million.
defame your character?
He got it. He got it. You're not turning me into a joke. I can't work no more. I need $300 million from you. I need $100 million from the academy. Now I got $400 million. Now when I sell these cases, I'm gonna hire Pookie and Ray Ray to drive by on your house in Calabasas. Now we even. Now we even.
Hey,
Mhm.
look,
But
I'm
you've
telling you
had
right
see
now.
the thing is you've had time to think about it. Chris
True.
Rock didn't have time to think about it.
And that's why I applaud him.
Actually, he had plenty of time to think about it as he was writing it.
According to you, it was
Oh,
fake. So you know.
I mean, okay.
Hey.
Let me, to progress the story, did you guys see the clip of him?
How is your story more
Mm-hmm.
believable to you than my Bruce Arians story? Y'all something else, man. Y'all
I have
some days
visual.
I just don't believe y'all.
I keep providing visual evidence to you guys, and you choose not to see what's in front of your eyes. Did you
Come
guys?
on,
Okay,
you know
so
how many
last night,
videos I seen.
you just bear standing up. Did you guys see the video yesterday of Chris Rock in Boston?
No, I did
all I
not.
saw
I heard
was
about it.
all I saw was Chris Rock like walking into the arena that he was going to perform in
Yeah.
with like security around him because
Them
now
bodyguards
it's
waiting
like
on Will Smith to jump
yeah,
out.
right. Like you see these guys right here. Will Smith steps to me.
Pound them.
These guys are going to hold Will Smith while I smack him around.
Like, if it's one thing I know about Chris Rock, he's pretty quick on his feet, right? He's very obviously
course.
very, very calm
Talented. Yeah.
under pressure, incredibly cool, intense situations. So you're telling me 72 hours later, he doesn't have a single joke about it?
Oh
Not
no, I
one?
disagree. I
Well,
disagree.
Well, here you go.
About what happened So if you came to hear that, I had like a whole show I wrote before this weekend. And I'm still kind of processing what happened. So at some point I'll talk about this.
Yeah.
What are you saying, Alex? You're saying that because he doesn't have 30 minutes of material,
Not 30
like
minutes,
right off the top of his
but
head?
nothing. You have nothing. Why are you holding back? Why hold back?
Listen, as a
He's
fellow
a comedian.
as a fellow comedian who has done jokes on stage,
Right.
sir.
Browner did about 7 minutes down at the Comedy Store a couple of weeks ago.
I remember.
So I will
and then
tell
when
you
Lawhead
this.
recorded his special, he did some minutes too. I remember.
Yeah, he was good. He was really good.
Within that, if you already wrote those jokes, his mind is probably so tangled up he can't form them yet. Because I on it, because he's gonna sell this. He's gonna sell this to Netflix. When he sells this to Netflix for $100 million, that's where those jokes will be.
Well, you see, that's
that
interesting.
leads to
That is.
Come on.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it
No,
does.
but that is but it is interesting that maybe Chris Rock is a big enough star, and he is, that he's got enough publicity people around him and management types around him. They go, listen, don't be talking about this on stage right now. The reason being, one, you wrote and you've been perfecting this current special. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, go do this tour, and then when it's all over, there is a special at HBO and Netflix. There's a special to be had where all you do is talk about this.
Can I ask you a question? Before Sunday, were you planning on going to Chris Rock's tour?
No.
I was.
After Sunday, would you now consider it?
No.
No, too expensive for me now.
But I want to say this, though.
I got priced out.
Well, listen, I'm priced out of a lot of stuff nowadays. I was the other day, somebody sent me a message. Shout out to Mark Rabb, the rabbi. Sent me a message. He goes, hey, I know you're a huge Pearl Jam fan. Are you going to see Pearl Jam when they come to San Diego? I said, I didn't even know they were coming to San Diego. He sent me the concert thing, like the seating charts. The concert I want to say is May 3rd, and it's at Viejas Arena up at San Diego State. So the stage is at one end of the arena, and there's tickets on the sides, okay? $725 for a ticket to go see Pearl Jam.
How much?
Not front row.
How much?
$725.
Woo!
Dude, not front row,
What?
not first 10 rows.
even
I'm
that
talking the side of the arena. No, it's not that they're not that good. The seats aren't that good. But I'm not paying $725. Listen, I love Pearl Jam. I saw them last summer at Ohana Fest. It was 2 nights, Friday and Saturday night. I promise you, as a Pearl Jam fan, it was a religious experience.
How much it cost you?
I don't remember what the tickets cost, to be honest. I don't even know.
Nothing.
I don't know if somebody else bought them. I don't know.
Somebody did give them to you. I remember because you had an extra pair, or you had an extra single ticket, and you were trying to give it to somebody.
No, he was trying to sell it. He was trying to sell it to somebody.
I don't remember. Anyway, look, all I'm saying is this, like Chris Rock, I love Chris Rock. Okay. But I don't really love big arena shows when it comes to comedians.
Yeah. I've only been to one arena show, and it was not the same as the comedy club, obviously.
Right.
I don't get the same vibe.
I don't love it. So anyway, it's amazing to me that this Chris Rock, Will Smith thing, though, is perpetuated all week long. I've been reading articles about why it's such a big deal, why it's a debate, the history of black women and their hair. I mean, I am like, wow, man, oh man, this is Yahoo. Why has Will Smith's Oscar slap resonated so much? Alex, just scroll through it really quick because there's just some headlines in here, amongst all the ads, of course. What's happening? Just go ahead, just roll right through it, man.
Why there's debate, what's next, perspectives. Yeah, everybody's writing about it. I didn't read this, Scott, so you
Yeah, I read it.
This is every single article about it. It's literally LA Times, New York Times, BuzzFeed, USA Today, literally everything. NBC News, The Atlantic, and
all wrapped up in
hilarious, dude.
Yeah. Hey, give me a minute before we hit this break. I want to talk to everybody about Ride One Up e-bikes. Now, Browner, maybe I shouldn't say anything. Maybe you should say something.
Let me explain something about this to y'all. Okay, Ride One Up, Tour de John, hashtag Tour de John. If you ever want to have the experience of being a kid again and learning how to ride that bike once some training wheels come off and just feel that freedom, feel that air. Now imagine you did that with a gas pedal. Ride one up. That's what I'm talking. Because I do it every day. Tour de John,
Yeah.
I'm warming up.
Yeah.
I took a nice little ride yesterday. Not too far because it was cold, so the wind was on my face. All in the green lane. No, I'm telling y'all, ride one up is the only way to go if you're trying to ride a bike. Ditch the pedaling. Ditch the pedaling, man. Time to go electric.
Rideoneup.co/great friends. Rideoneup.co/great friends. When you buy, put in the promo code Great Friends. You'll save an additional $75. It comes to you, it's boxed, and then you just assemble it. If you can't assemble it, you don't feel good about it, they'll send a mechanic your way. Really, really easy. But I'm just telling you, exercise, fun, fuel efficiency. You're not spending money on gas. You are going to love the experience of riding an e-bike. And this is the e-bike that's the top quality at about half the price. Rideoneup.co/great friends. Rideoneup.co/great friends. And put in great friends while checking out. You'll save an additional $75. All right, more to get to. Let's get into a little bit of Padres. We'll get there. Coming up, we're in the 7 Mile Casino Studios. This is
Thank you for joining us. Catch Scott Kaplan and crew tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific every Monday through Friday. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Listen to the Mike Greenberg Show, 7 to 9 a.m. Pacific, Monday through Friday. Greeny brings his unmatched depth of sports knowledge, fun, and entertainment back to ESPN on a daily basis. The mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk, and the mightier 1090.com.
Rugby. It's America's fastest growing sport and the predecessor of American football, combining football's physicality, the free-flowing grace of soccer, the ball-handling skills of basketball, and the intensity of ice hockey. No pads, no helmets, all action. Rugby Wrap-Up and Major League Rugby every Thursday night at 9 p.m. on Your View.
The 2022 San Diego Loyal season is here. Live on Your View and YourView.com. Watch the San Diego Loyal host the El Paso Locomotive FC Sunday, April 3rd at 2 p.m. Come join us at Torero Stadium and support the San Diego Loyal as they make their bid for the 2022 USL Championship. Tickets are available. San Diego Loyal versus the El Paso Locomotive FC, Sunday, April 3rd on Your View.
Replacing missing teeth with the new small diameter or mini implants. With us, we have an expert on the topic, Dr. Joe Gillespie. Dr. Gillespie.
Hey, Randy.
Welcome to the program.
Great to see you again.
Here's Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout with Haley Stasiak.
Orange County Soccer Club's 2022 USL season is underway. OCSC is 1-1-1 on the season. They opened up the year with a 2-1 loss to the Colorado Springs Switchbacks. On March 19th, they got the win against Rio Grande Valley 2-1 behind a solid game from Sean Okoli. Okoli scored a brace in the match winner in what was a pretty wild game against the Toros. Last Saturday was a draw with New Mexico United. Milan Olaski scored a close-range header in stoppage time to earn the 1-1 draw. OCSC sits right in the middle of the pack in the Western Conference standings. The club has a break this week. We'll see if they can get back in the win column against San Antonio FC on April 9th in a rematch of the 2021 Western Conference Finals. That's your 60-second timeout. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew tonight.
Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout is presented by Your View.
You're listening to the 50,000-watt Powerhouse, bringing you the new generation of radio up and down all of California with a little bit of attitude. This is SoCal Sports Talk, the all-new and mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio.
The 2022 San Diego Loyal season is here. Live on Your View and YourView.com. Watch the San Diego Loyal host the El Paso Locomotive FC Sunday, April 3rd at 2 p.m. Come join us at Torero Stadium and support the San Diego Loyal as they make their bid for the 2022 USL Championship. Tickets are available. San Diego Loyal versus the El Paso Locomotive FC, Sunday, April 3rd on Yearview.
Main streets are the heart of our communities, where we connect with our neighbors, support local businesses, and share new adventures. Main Street Living celebrates all of this, bringing you uplifting stories with guests from across the country and your community. Main Street Living covers what's important to you today, from our street to your street. Join Cheryl, Danielle, and Quincy for Main Street Living, Mondays at 9 on Yearview.
Rugby. It's America's fastest growing sport and the predecessor of American football, combining football's physicality, the free-flowing grace of soccer, the ball-handling skills of basketball, and the intensity of ice hockey. No pads, no helmets, all action. Rugby Wrap-Up and Major League Rugby every Thursday night at 9 p.m. on Yearview.
Hollander Dental is unique because we have been serving the Carlsbad community for over 25 years. We have a very spacious office with ample parking and state-of-the-art technology. The office has been newly renovated, so all the equipment and facility is brand new. Any patient visiting Hollander Dental can expect to be taken care of at every step of their visit.
With care and love and support. So when we're going through tough times, as dental work is and can be, they make it easy for us as patients.
Investing in your smile and your overall dental health in the long run will help you save money by preventing other medical conditions.
I would absolutely recommend Hollander Dental.
I do recommend Hollander Dental to anyone I know who needs something done.
You always want to live in the best home possible. And that's what really at the heart of what our business is all about. And for over 20 years now, we've been focused on helping people get to the right property. At Move Up San Diego, we have created systems that are duplicatable because that creates the same results. Whether it's a trade-in option that we're doing a lot of right now, which allows people to be a cash buyer before they actually sell their home, or our moving concierge program, which actually helps you not just with the buying and selling of a property, but we help with the entire move. The best way to get a hold of Move Up San Diego is to either visit our website, moveupsandiego.com, or you can download our app called Move Up Homes, or you can call me direct on my cell phone at 858-204-7259.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, and Yearview, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Victor Howell here, host for the NCAA Tournament Special Dance to the Dome. Each week during the tournament, we'll assemble a panel of regional experts that follow your local teams all the way to the Final Four at the Dome. Highlights, predictions, interviews, and more as we dance to the Dome on Yearview.
Brought to you by Airy Church Live at Pechanga Arena, San Diego on Friday, May 6th, 2022. Tickets at access.com. The 2022 San Diego Loyal season is here. Live on Yearview and Yearview.com. Watch the San Diego Loyal host the El Paso Locomotive FC Sunday, April 3rd at 2 p.m. Come join us at Torero Stadium and support the San Diego Loyal as they make their bid for the 2022 USL Championship. Tickets are available. San Diego Loyal versus the El Paso Locomotive FC, Sunday, April 3rd on Yearview. If you love animals, Animal Zone is for you. From rescues to animal experts, Animal Zone is fun for the whole family. Watch Animal Zone right here on Yearview, Saturdays at 8:30 a.m. and visit animalzone.org to learn more about the show.
joining us. Catch Scott Kaplan and crew tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific, every Monday through Friday. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and crew show on the mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.
Your Health is brought to you by If Your Mouth Could Talk by Dr. Kami Haas. Available at the Mouth